What's up everybody, it's Eli here from TreeFallStudios, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Perplexing Orb 2 and its multiplayer once again. So as you can see, I've actually got the button here finished, and you can see the different types of multiplayer modes. I've also finished most of these menus, so when you flip through you can see the race mode, and the arena mode is still not done, but race mode is now finished. And then when you click on it, you can see all the different stages. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can see all the different pictures there. All of these have all been set up, and they have their multiple endings, multiple layouts, multiple artifacts, all that type of stuff, just like we talked about last week. So you can see when you actually click on one in just a second, it pulls up the next menu where you can choose 2, 3, or 4 players. It gives you a visual representation of what that looks like, and then when you click on it, it unblurs the background, shows you your players, and gives you 2 join messages. And you can see you both press X to join, or you can still press back and then change the players here. So here's a look at 3 players, and then I also show you what 4 players is going to look like. So it's like red, blue, green, and purple is the 4th player. I really think that this is really cool looking. And also just these menus within menus is like the deepest systems I've ever made for one of my indie games, and I'm pretty proud with how it turned out. So I'm going to go back here real quick and show you an example of 3 players. So I'm pressing X on all the controllers myself, but I'm going to be playing by myself. And when you have 3 players, it's like the previous game. The 4th position is just a logo of the game. I did this in the previous game. So here's a brief look at how that looks. And here is stage 2. So this stage is pretty awesome. The artifact layouts are all varying in skill difficulties depending on which randomized layout you get. So you get to launch and race with your friends across magnets just like you do in the original story mode for the game. You have to get on this magnet and you have to shrink before getting to those 2 posts, or it'll knock you out of the sky. And then the end of this stage, you hold onto this magnet, and all 3 of these platforms, the finished post can randomly be on any one of them. So I'm a huge fan of this race mode in multiplayer because there's multiple layouts, multiple stages, and they are quite difficult actually. These are mostly meant to be played after you've played through the game. So it will present a lot of challenges for you and your friends as you're playing. This is a look at the 3rd stage. This one is actually one I'm probably going to have to tinker with a little bit more. Performance wise, it runs the slowest. It actually slows down when you've got 4 players. I'm showing an example of 4 players, and this is one of the difficult. This is basically the expert artifact collect set, because they're so difficult to get without dying. You can do it for the most part, but I'm just really bad at it. So there's random sets for each multiplayer map, like I mentioned previously, and one of them is usually like what I call the expert set, where they're much more difficult to collect than the other ones, and they're all completely optional based on how you are wanting to fight your friends. So I think it's cool to have that thrown in there, where some of the artifacts are really difficult to collect instead of just really easy for everyone to get 100% on every level. This is showing you all 3 stage finish posts. It could be out there on the right, over there on the left, across both those donuts, and for this random set is out here in the middle. So I'm showing you what happens. I've fixed it, and now everything is correctly working. So when you knock down the post, it starts to slowly fade out. You've only got 20 seconds to beat the level. So here I am taking control of player 3, and I run through and knock down this post, and it's almost over. I was about to grab another controller, but I just waited. So now we're going to show you the results. So same as last devlog, but this shows you a little bit more of it's all actually completed and coded correctly. So you can see those are the grays are the artifact orbs. Those are points for collecting the artifacts. The player orbs are the points for not dying, and the finish post orbs are the posts for coming in 1st and 2nd. You can see now I've got a rematch and a stage select bubble here on this results screen, and for this instance I go ahead and show you what it looks like. If you hit the circle button and you go back, it will instantly just load you back into the title screen, but it will automatically open up the multiplayer menu and let you re-choose a map. So it's much more quicker than loading the title screen, having to press the X button, see the animation, having to press the multiplayer button. So it goes ahead and gets you right in there, just like the challenge mode does when you're leaving a challenge level to go back to the title menu. And here is a look at the final stage, stage 4, and this stage is also ultra difficult. This is one of the platform floating stages. As you can see right here is the split. Sometimes the finish post will be out that direction, sometimes it'll be straight down the middle, and for this instance it's off to the right, so you have to lean these platforms so you can roll up here. As if you can notice, I'm going to talk a little bit about game development here. I've rotated all those platforms, but they are not rotated on the player 2 because for the rotating platforms, they are placed on each individual player's layer. So getting all that to work was not too difficult, but a lot of extra thinking that I had to make happen. So this level and also the previous donut level with the spinning donuts would be completely normal for each individual player. So I basically show you right here what it's like to try to collect some of these artifacts, and then I win with player 2 this time in order to show you what it would be like if you don't die and you get those bonus points, because I died a bunch with the player 1, and I'm able to roll up here with player 2 and go ahead and knock down the finish post. So there's all sorts of combinations of earning points between the no deaths, getting to the post faster, and how many artifacts you collect. So you can have a whole lot of randomized win variations when you're playing with your friends. So I think that's really cool, and it basically favors people who are more skilled. So it's actually, basically a real competitive multiplayer mode. So here you are, you can see the results screen for this, and actually, so I've already got the code for the rematching working already. So in this example, I press the X button to rematch, and not only will it reload the correct stage, but it'll also reload the correct amount of players. So I'm glad all of that is already working. So that's pretty much it for this game, for this devlog today. That's almost all of the multiplayer done. There is an arena mode. The only things I have left to do now is the arena mode, and then also the extras tab in the title screen where you're going to be able to unlock extra player skins. Those are the only two things that I have left for this game, but as it's shaping up now, this game is absolutely huge. Between the menus and the amount of game levels that there are in the single player, there's 75 levels in the single player. There's 4 multiplayer stages, 4 challenge mode stages. There's going to be arena mode stages. There's going to be unlockable extra skins, and they're bigger and better and more intricate and more complicated than the first game. It has better graphics than the first game and better music than the first game. Overall, this game is shaping up to be just a massive complete package, and I'm so excited to share it with you soon. Before we go, I gotta give a big shout out to everybody who supports TreeFallStudios on patreon.com. I gotta give a special shout out to LV, Carmen Red, PLP, and Overhyped Gamer. Thank you guys for what you do for TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. If you're interested in checking out the Patreon page, the links will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and you saw anything cool that you thought looked awesome for this game, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel, lets YouTube know that other people should watch this video as well. And most of the people who watch these devlogs are not subscribed to the channel, so it would be a huge help to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video.